kindergarten parents to Jacques Memorial School. I'm Tim O'Connell, the principal here. I'm so glad you can join us. This year, we're doing things a little differently during our registration process. Instead of doing tours in person, we're hosting a virtual tour. So I'm glad you could join us. We're going to spend some time getting to know a little bit about our building and explore some of the spaces that are an important part of our kindergarten program. Helping me with this is our Title I and Curriculum Coordinator, Leslie Brigagliano.
Welcome parents, families, and friends of Jacques Memorial, where it's a great place for students to start.
We're going to begin our tour in the office here at Jacques. Let's go. So when you arrive here at Jacques Memorial School, the first thing we ask that you do is come right here to our front office window. The staff here will greet you and help you with anything that you might need, but everyone needs to stay right here in our vestibule until entrance is granted. This is for the safety and security of all students. Thanks. Hi parents, welcome to the Jacques Memorial office. Our office is here open every day, daily, 8 to 4 p.m. If you ever need to come pick up your child here at school, or if you're dropping them off late, this is where you need to check in. This is our executive secretary, Mrs. Cox, and she often is the one you'll be speaking to over the phone. Let's take a quick walk down the hall to our health office. Here at Jacques Memorial School, we have a health office staffed by our school nurse. Let's take a look inside. So here is our health office at Jacques Memorial School, and like I mentioned before, we have a full-time school nurse available to support students in all their medical needs while they're here at school. Parents that are registering for the upcoming school year should make sure that they have all the medical documentation regarding immunizations and physical provided to our school nurse prior to the start of school in the fall. Let's head out to the library. We're going to continue our virtual tour here at the Jacques Memorial School, and right down the hallway from the nurse's office is our library. Let's take a look. So boys and girls in kindergarten at the Jacques Memorial School get to enjoy library once a week. It's one of our many unified arts classes. Here in the library they will come down and get to enjoy a book and all the children's literature selections that we have with our school librarian. Let's talk more about our Unified Arts program. I have Mrs. Brigagliano here.
So in our Unified Arts program here at the library, we can also enjoy concepts of technology. We have a tech tub here that students can take out computers, Chromebooks, and use them as part of their educational journey here. Also, within Jacques Memorial, we can enjoy art, music, building blocks, which is our social emotional learning programming, and physical education, all here at Jacques Memorial. Let's go check out a kindergarten classroom.
Let's go, follow me. So welcome to a typical kindergarten classroom here at Jacques Memorial School. So it's important to note that each classroom is equipped with a bathroom for student use, and we also have a sink where students can wash their hands regularly throughout the school day. Over here, Mrs. B is going to talk about our sound wall.
In all of our first grade and kindergarten classrooms, we have a sound wall. Let's focus in on the letter M right here. So as students are trying to sound out words, they can look at this board and realize that their lips are making the sound. And which does my mouth look like? The letter M, which corresponds with their foundations card with M, man, Mr. L, why don't you talk about our morning meeting area?
So to begin every day, the students will have a morning meeting. And here you can see on the wall here some of the components of our morning meeting. Students will review their daily schedule for the day. Arrival, morning meeting, literacy, science, snack, foundations, recess, math, and dismissal. Here you'll see a calendar that they use to discuss what's happening. They will integrate a lot of math and literacy components to this calendar routine that they do every day. Here's some more of that calendar routine. They use their hundreds chart. They talk about the weather. This area of the board is devoted to our foundations or phonological program here at Jacques Memorial School. They work with different sounds, letter identification, phonological awareness, letter sound correspondence. That's all part of our Foundations of Reading program here, the Foundations program. Over here, you can see our learning targets for today. For reading, I can tap out sounds and words. For writing, I can write letters using markers and pencils. For math, I can name, recognize, count, and write the numbers 10 to 19. And for science, I can use my 5 senses to explore the world around me. So those are their learning targets for today here at the school. I also will note that you can see up here an LCD projector. So each of the classrooms is equipped with one of these devices where the teacher can display digitally or any documents they would like to display on the board for all the students to see, and how we use technology to enhance our instruction. Mrs. B is over here. She's talking about our little cubby area.
So part of kindergarten and first grade is lots of manipulatives. And where are we going to store all of those manipulatives? So here we have our learning kits for individual students. This right here I'm holding is a Reckon Rack that's used in both first grade and kindergarten for hands-on mathematics instruction. Here we have places for students to keep their independent items. Maybe their snow boots, their tennis shoes, and over here we have places for them to store their coats, their jackets, all lends in for a place that their students can call home.
Before we head out to the lunchroom, I just want to take a moment to talk about social and emotional learning here at Jacques Memorial School. Jacques is a great place for our students to start. And it's important to note that we spend a lot of time in kindergarten focusing on play, and play-based learning is an integral part of our curriculum. The lunchroom, the playground, and recess are all times where students will engage in social and emotional learning. For many of our young students, this is the first time they build relationships with peers and people outside of their family unit. And so we do spend time explicitly teaching and talking about social and emotional skills and practicing those in the classroom.
One of the activities that we do is we have a calming area and a planning area in each of the classrooms. Sometimes we need to take a moment to be able to plan what our next step is. And we proactively plan with the students on what's that next step. If we encounter a problem, maybe it's I don't want to share a toy, or I don't want to go someplace, that we have to be able to plan how to make that happen. We also have areas in our school called planning centers and calming centers. Each of these areas is staffed by a staff member trained in how to allow the student to be able to talk about their feelings and then get back into the classroom where the fun and learning can happen. Mr. O, I think we should take a step outside to see our recess area.
Let's go. So our kindergarten program includes multiple recesses a day. This is when our students get to interact with each other, either on our playground here, out here in the field, or even on our blacktop. It's such an important part of their school day. So here's the lunchroom. Now in kindergarten, our students have lunch in their classroom for the first part of the year with their teacher. Later in the school year, they'll get to enjoy their lunch with their peers in this setting, our school lunchroom. Now our lunchroom also serves as our gymnasium. And again, like we mentioned before, physical education is an important part of their weekly instruction. And so here is where they'll have physical education as well as later in the year enjoy their lunch. So welcome